What's up, fellas? Welcome to Out the 229 podcast, where we keep it real, raw, and rooted in the word. I'm your host, Julian, aka the Mayor. Listen, this space right here is for all men, whether you're grinding at work, leading your family, finding your way, or just trying to keep your head above water. This podcast is for you. Every episode, we're breaking down everyday life, the struggles, the pressure, the silent battles, and lining it up with biblical truth and practical wisdom. No fluff, no fake, just real talk for real men walking through real life. So tap in, let's grow, let's heal, let's be who God has called us to be. What's up, family? Welcome back to Out the 229 podcast. This is Julian, aka the Mayor, and today is a special moment. Guess what? We are celebrating 1 year of Out the 229 podcast. Man, 1 year of real conversations, raw truth, and purpose-driven growth. And I just want to thank everyone that has been rocking with me since day one, or even the ones that just pulled up recently. Thank you. This movement started right here with just a thought of just being a voice and honoring God through the ministry for my sons and just for men that's facing everyday challenges and life issues. And it's all about faith, manhood, and living out what God calls us to be. You know, thinking about a year ago when I first hit the record button, I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I prayed about it even before I started on November 4th, 2024. 3 months I was writing things down, strategizing on different topics and themes to talk about, talking with my friends about the name of the podcast, what should I talk about, and just to look back on how far this podcast has came is only a testimony of what God is continuing to do. And we talked about everything from finding your purpose, how to deal with grief, even with some of the latest episodes, identity before activity, leading with love, not control, to being providers in more than just money. And season 1 was specifically dedicated to the healing journey because we as men have to go through a healing journey and a healing process. And I'll be honest, it's been real. It's really been uncomfortable sometimes. There are times where, I didn't want to get up and record, but I stayed motivated because it was necessary. And I'll be honest with you guys, a lot of you guys, this is a ministry for me that feeds my soul and my spirit, and it's something that I'm very passionate about. And I'm thankful to God for every episode, every comment, every brother who said this has helped me, that's been confirmation that this works matter. And I'm not a numbers person, but can I tell you this podcast has reached over 30 states within the United States. It has reached over 10 countries within the world. That just shows you the power of what God can do through just one voice and how he can use us for his perfect will. And over the past year, I've seen growth not in just the podcast, but in us. Men are stepping up. People are tuning in from all over the country and states, as I said. We done had conversations that challenge mindsets, that has shifted priorities, and help brothers see that manhood isn't about, dominance. It's about discipline, devotion, and direction. Also, this podcast has helped some men unlock their emotional side, being able to be vulnerable, being able to open up and share their hurt and their past experience to the day ones and just to anybody that cares and listen. So for me, Out the 229 podcast has become more than a podcast. Everybody that listens to the podcast week after week, or you just dropping by, I consider this podcast as a brotherhood, a reminder that you don't have to be perfect, just present and purposeful, because I'm not perfect. I still have challenges, issues, struggles like any other man in the world that I'm still facing, but I'm still moving forward and pressing on using biblical and practical guidance and wisdom. So if there's one thing I learned this year, it's that consistency beats perfection. And I'll say that again. It's consistency that beats perfection. And every time being consistent, when I showed up, God showed out. So to anyone listening who got a vision in your heart, start where you are. Use what you have and trust God to do the rest. You don't need a big platform or just a big production or whatever you're trying to do. You just need to have purpose. So looking ahead for year 2, we're going to turn it up. More conversations, more community, more impact, looking into classes, man workshops, and just connection in real life. Because transformation doesn't just happen in your headphones or in your car or whatever you're listening to. It happens when you apply what you hear. So if you're ready for another year of growth and accountability and purpose, just lock in with me. And to every listener, to every supporter and guest, thank you. To my brothers walking this faith journey, keep going. And to out the 229 and beyond, we're just getting started. And special thanks to my family for always being there, supporting me, my 2 sons. I love them very much, and they always have my back when I started this journey doing this podcast. So fellas, let's keep building, let's keep believing, and keep becoming the man God calls us to be. Be blessed. All right, fellas, that's a wrap for today's episode. I appreciate you rocking with me. And remember, you're not in this alone. We're all out here trying to grow, lead, and live this thing out for real. If today's convo hit home, do me a favor. Share it with a brother who needs it. And if you haven't already, make sure you follow or subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Until next time, stay solid, stay grounded, and always keep God first.